Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide. Well, it's the end of yet another year and it's time to take a look back to see which were the best e-ink note-taking reader capable devices that were released in 2021 in different categories and which are the best ones to actually buy that are on the market today, again in different categories and a couple of other interesting categories for 2021. It's obviously a very festive and special occasion, and for that I have a very special fancy hat. So this is my awards hat because you have to take these things very, very seriously. The first category is the best new 10.3 or 10-inch e-ink note-taking capable device of 2021. There was a lot of devices that were released in 2021, especially in this category, and the main contenders that are basically here, I'm including some that were released late last year and kind of came onto the scene as well because they became a little bit more popular at the beginning of the year. The contenders are Boox Note Air 2, Boox Note 5, Bookin Notaire, Quadrano A5, Kobo Ellipsa, and Reinkstone would have been a contender were it actually made for this year, but it didn't, so whoop. And the best new 10.3 or 10-inch e-ink note-taking capable device of 2021 is the Boox Note Air 2. Granted, I haven't tested the Boox Note 5 yet, but the writing feel and the lack of the accelerometer and all of these kinds of things, and if it indeed is made out of glass, that introduces another element of fragility and its higher price compared to the Note Air 2, even having not tested it, just seen it and actually reading the testimonials of people who actually have it, I still maintain that the best device in this category would be the Boox Note Air 2. The second category is the best 10.3 e-ink note-taking capable device that you can buy. Not necessarily the one that was actually released this year, but what is the best one to buy in 2021 in the 10.3-inch note-taking e-ink capable device. And the winning place is actually a draw between the Boox Note Air 2 and the Supernote A5X. They are both equally excellent devices, especially the Supernote A5 now with the latest update. It really, popped that device and refreshed it properly. But it really depends what your primary focus is. So if your primary focus is reading and you want exceptionally good reader capabilities and versatility, and you also want to have really good note-taking capabilities, then the Boox platform or the Boox Note Air 2 makes the most sense. If, however, your primary thing that you will be working with is note-taking, but you also want to have the decent ability to go through documents, mark them up in ebooks and all these kinds of things, then the Supernote A5X is the better choice. Either way you go, with either of these devices, you won't make a mistake because they are equally excellent. Next we have the category of the best new under 10-inch size e-ink note-taking capable device that was released in 2021. And the contenders are Boox Nova 3 Color, Boox Nova Air, Kobo Sage, MobiScribe Origins, and again Topjoy Butterfly would have been a contender had it been released in the year, by the end of the year, because it's like the Reinkstone, it should have been released in November, but of course it hasn't, so whoop for that one as well. It was a tough call for me between MobiScribe Origin and the Nova Air, simply because the MobiScribe Origin, when it appeared, and it still does have some really exceptionally good features and unique features, and I maintain it has one of the best text or handwriting to text recognition functionalities out there. However, the platform itself, the software, hasn't really advanced enough during the year to actually stabilize and elevate the platform to the level where it could be the winner. So the winner is the Boox Nova Air. Fourth category is which is the best under 10-inch e-ink note-taking capable device to buy, not the one that was actually released, but which one to actually get that's available on the market today. in 2021. And the winning place is also split here between Boox Nova Air and this time SuperNote, but A6X, because it's of the smaller format. Same exact reasoning like for the 10.3-inch category remains here. Both are exceptionally good devices and you won't make a mistake with either of them. They just simply have two different focuses and both excel at slightly different things. So it's up to an individual choice and preference which one is the best one for you. Next, we should have had a category of the best new 13.3-inch e-ink capable note-taking device that was released. And while there were some, like the Quaderno A4 and the Max Lumi 2, none of them were actually good enough for me to actually go right ahead and say, yeah, you should actually buy that one. So that category is actually scrapped because there were no good enough new devices that I can wholeheartedly recommend in this category. So we jump on directly to which is the best 13.3-inch e-ink note-taking capable device that you can buy overall, not the one that was released this year, but overall. And my recommendation might actually surprise some people, but my recommendation would be the Boox Max Lumi 1 because yeah, Max Lumi 2 has all the bells and whistles, but I can't get over that screen film. That's the reflectivity and the fingerprint things. So that's a bit of a problem. Plus, you already have Max Lumi 1, which really isn't that much worse than Max Lumi 2. So yeah, my recommendation for a 13.3-inch would be, if you need an all-rounder, it would be a Max Lumi 1. The close second place would be QuirkLogic Paper, but you have to be aware of that platform's limitations because it has some amazing functionalities that no other platform has, but it also has some severe limitations that go with it. But if that narrow kind of bandwidth of specialization that it actually offers fits into your specific needs, then it can actually even edge out Max Lumi. But an overall thing, Max Lumi 1 would be my recommendation. Next category would be the best e-ink brand of 2021. And what I was looking for here was basically, of course, quality of the device, dedication of the team towards the device and the platform to maintain it, develop it, listening to your audience, and basically the customer support relations and quality. The major contenders would be Boox, Remarkable, and Rata for the SuperNote. And for me, absolutely, after the last update as well, it's unquestionably the best e-ink brand of 2021 is the Rata, with how they supported the SuperNote, how they support their customers, and how they support their own device, how dedicated they are to their own creation. What they're able to actually squeeze out of that device is absolutely phenomenal. That takes dedication, talent, hard work, believing in what you do, loving what you do, and the way they do it is, to me at least, with style. So I absolutely love what they're doing all across the spectrum. And as far as I'm concerned, they earned the title of being the best e-ink brand of 2021. Now it's turn for the greatest disappointment of the eNote world of 2021, and the contenders are Remarkable Connect, not the Remarkable device itself, but the Remarkable Connect platform, how it was, what it is and what it does and what it doesn't do, the Re-Inkstone, and Max Lumi 2. All three for me are quite a big disappointment. Re-Inkstone wasn't that much of a surprise for me, at least because there were red flags all around the place around that one, that it's, yeah, they're just gonna take the cash and kind of, yeah, do something, and we'll see. But as I said, like, this product is never gonna be released in November. Of course it wasn't released. There's like a complete radio silence about it. There's an occasional message here and there, but nothing real is happening, just some excuses. So that's most definitely a disappointment. Max Lumi 2 was a disappointment for me simply because it's the flagship device and it has a bunch of compromises and really bad design decisions that it carries. So it's simply not good enough to be the flagship and to carry the flagship price, especially when you consider how good the Note Air 2 and Nova Air are. And the biggest disappointment for me is the Remarkable Connect subscription. Not the subscription model itself, I've made that clear before, but the actual what subscription models were offered and how they were introduced under the radar and all of these kinds of things, just everything from A to Z, how that was done, what it offers, what it represents. It's just the biggest disappointment of 2021 as far as the eNote taking world is considered. Now for the category of the best eNote surprise of 2021, and the contenders are Kobo Ellipsa, because not many people expected Kobo to come out with an Ellipsa note-taking device that was so stylish, large format, and does things really differently and yeah, quite originally. So it was a bold and a daring step out and a very bold and daring venture into this kind of a world. So, and the first for the Kobo, so definitely a surprise. Second contender for me was also the Note Air 2, simply because on the surface of things it looked exactly the same like the Note Air 1, but just with bumped up specs. But the reality of the situation is that it carries with it a lot of incremental improvements and things like that, which actually results in one of the best eNote taking devices released in 2021. However, for me, the number one spot takes the most recent thing that happened, which is the SuperNote Update 2.1, I guess at this point. What that update represents, what they achieved and how they actually did it is an absolute mind-blowing feat. Yet they are underselling it. But let's not forget, they've sped up the entire platform. They've lowered the battery consumption. They improved the functionality across the platform, and they increased the writing latency to be pretty much neck and neck with the Remarkable 2. No other platform or developer was able to do that, but Rata did. And that most certainly was the biggest surprise of 2021 as far as the eNote taking world is considered for me. And now it's time for the best e-ink note-taking capable device of the year. Not the one that was released this year, but overall. And all of the devices were contenders here, definitely. However, there can be only one winner, and for me, unquestionably, it is the SuperNote A5X. What it represents, the journey that it has from release, and how it was slow and steady, just gets better and better and better and better. At the end of the year, it offers a huge knockout, basically elevating the platform to equivalent of buying a new device, yet you didn't have to, right? And that's the one, that's the huge one for me. Yes, Note Air 2 is an amazing device, but it's a new device. It's not a platform that has grown and matured to that level. And SuperNote A5X has most definitely achieved that. And for me, because of that, it's the best device of the year. And there's one last category that's very important for me, and that is the best audience and eNote taking community of 2021. And as far as I'm concerned, unquestionably, it's you guys, definitely. Your support, your kindness, well-mannered discussions and activity and everything that you do throughout the year. I can't even begin to describe to you how much that means, how much I value that, especially when going was quite tough for me during the summer with the injury and everything like that. Unquestionable support, kindness, patience, and everything. You truly are the best community and the best audience I could hope to have. So thank you. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna take off the hat now because it's really warm. I wanna wish you happy holidays, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye.